Well, hello, friends. Welcome to the Barriers and Breakthroughs show. I'm Rochelle Painbaum. Yes, the Pain Whisperer. I love to help people with their pain. And on the Barriers and Breakthroughs show, we love to hear about people having barriers in their lives and what breakthroughs have helped them overcome those barriers. So if you are a single lady, I'm really hoping that you will tune in to this amazing guest that we have on our show, because you're going to learn something about relationships and how to trust in God to help you see great things and be positive in your life, even though you've had barriers of relationships. So I'm super excited to have you tune into our wonderful guest today. Our guest is Miss Tina Amadi, and she and I met at the Fine Ladies Luncheon, and we connected, right? And I'm super excited to have her on. So just go ahead and give us an introduction about what you do in like one amazing sentence, and then we'll also look at some of the pictures that you've sent us and things that explain what you have done. And anyway, so go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for inviting me. It's really beautiful how we met and the connections that we had since then. And shout out to Fine Women Luncheon for the connection. I am Tina Amadi. I am a minister of the gospel, but most importantly, God is sending me, I keep being very clear about it, to heal the broken because of my experiences and what I've gone through. So just in a short sentence, like you said, having the grace to use my journey and my experiences to empower others and empower women and raise a generation of women that are ladies that are carrying the swords, and I'll talk more about that.
Great. I know. I'm super excited. So I know you've gone over to Africa and done some amazing work. So let's look at some of the pictures. So you were on television in Africa?
Yes. You need to hear this.
Yeah, okay. So
I got to a program that I was invited to. It's hosted by Mary Chinda. She's an on-air TV personality, a journalist in Africa. She invited me to her program, Single Ladies Conference.
Okay.
It was amazing. I prayed about it and had the okay to go. I was supported by my church. My Bishop Blessing Samuel, gave me a huge encouragement and support to go on that trip. Financially, I was able to get all the tickets, everything, and I'll talk more about partnership. Okay. And when I got there, we were at her TV station, Plus TV Africa, and an opportunity opened up. That day we showed up, it was World Malaria Day.
Wow,
talk about godly coincidence. Exactly. World Malaria Day, and I was called on to speak on it. But everything that we do comes around. Previous years ago, about 2-3 years ago, before that, or even further, I served at a mission trip. I spent a year in Africa.
Okay.
With someone who I was connected with, and I'll talk about
a whole year.
Get into relationship.
All over,
going all over. Year. Spent in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Just Nigeria.
All Nigeria. Okay.
All Nigeria. So now, other doors are opening. And one of the mission trips, one of the medical missions that we focused on was malaria. Okay. Malaria is the fastest growing killer of children and families there.
Okay.
Because of the mosquitoes. And they kind of the damages that it's caused. So we were talking about how U.S. was congratulating Nigeria for the efforts and they've made. They've got a long way to go, but. So I was called in, and that's the photo.
Because you even help children. I think we have some pictures of that, right?
Yes.
If you can put up the picture, and this is who you're being interviewed on the TV.
Yes, I was interviewing with one of the anchors, and he was asking me questions about what do I think that we should do, where's the areas of focus. I was like, we need help. We can't do it alone.
Where does malaria first go to in the body, right?
Like
difficult questions like, I don't know. Where does it go? I just know it's bad.
It's bad for us.
Okay, and then so we have a picture. What is this? You're giving something to kids in this picture.
Vitamins, and it was one of the donations that we had received was to go help kids. So those were medicines and vitamins for kids to prevent malaria, and it was good. It was really good because the families, you would come back with tears in their eyes. They would thank us and say, we've not had access to this. We don't have money to buy it. And it was so fulfilling.
That is great. Yeah. So, I mean, a simple thing like I do give my kids vaccines of malaria. That's one of the vaccines they get. Yeah.
Even here.
So, no, I'm not. That's why I'm blonde,
Yeah.
right? No, so no. So what do they give to help? Is it some kind of vaccine that they give?
They get vaccines and they get supplements, but that one was a nutritional supplement for immune system, building them against all.
So there's not any one thing that can stop.
No, there's no prevention for malaria. The mosquito bites you, transmits the it's ugly.
Okay.
It takes us into some
So
technical
it's killing the
stuff.
mosquitoes.
It's killing the mosquitoes. And another one of those medications you saw me giving out was a deworming.
Oh.
It was to deworm all the worms in their system. I don't think they do it in the U.S. I think
they do. We do on our dogs.
Dogs, but we did lots of deworming, and that was what some of the.
So we take those mosquito trucks that drive around our neighborhoods really for granted.
We take it for granted. There, it kills. It literally, it's really traumatic.
Yeah. Well, that's so great. Okay, so we have the next picture we have. I'm really excited. Mm-hmm. So you met Esther, who helped us connect,
That's right?
At this women's conference. Mm-hmm. There's a gathering of women champions. Just do it. So what was that about?
It's amazing. The convener, the host is Stacey Ebo. She's a worship leader, traveled all over the world. Another connection we have together is she's into missions like I am. So that's the connection and the bond. She travels all over Rwanda, different countries. And that was a gathering of women champions, empowering women to meet up and do great things and not be afraid to step out and do what God is telling us to do and help. We're called to help. We're supposed to help and encourage each other.
That's great. I have, since she's in Rwanda, I have people that are over there that they're doing mission work. So I'll have to
connect her with
connect each other. I love connection.
And that's how I met Esther.
Esther was at the conference.
And then she saw me at the red carpet doing the media press interviews. And she's like, "Oh, I gotta have you."
I gotta have you. Esther's great at finding those people.
So amazing.
Okay, so the next picture is you are in a red shirt and you're teaching women, a whole bunch of women. Okay.
God had shown me this vision years ago. Don't take your dreams for granted. Don't take what you have seen in your inner eye. Mm-hmm. I call it you've seen yourself doing. I'd seen a place where I was in front of women, lots of women, and I'm in the front and I'm teaching and I'm raising my hands, and that I saw it come to life. So the picture you saw with my red dress was at a single ladies conference.
Awesome.
Talking about relationship. Who would have thought someone who had failed so miserably at relationship, and we'll talk about that later, was called to speak to young women. And God reminded me something that those things that you failed so much at, if you could only pick up the pieces and learn what you did wrong, you will be used in that area. And that opened up so much for me, that experience.
Yeah, like there's no, like I like to say, in life you go from failure to failure without losing any enthusiasm, because we're always learning from our failures, right?
That's right.
So we should change it to a breakthrough. Like, it's not a failure. It's like it teaches you how to step up the next time and learn from something you did.
Every redirection, every rejection, I say it's a redirection. Every failure is a place for you to learn from and get up.
Awesome. Well, I want to hear your story about your relationship. Since we're talking about it, so
did we share? Okay.
You're so beautiful. You're so talented.
Thank you
explain a little bit about the barrier that you had in your life. And
I love your show, Barriers and Breakthroughs. It's really a powerful statement. I love it. I wanted to congratulate you on that, celebrate you for doing that, and sharing this platform with so many people. Yeah. And I know lots of people are going to get to watch. Relationships and not only spouse, it's not only intimate relationships. Relationships could be with the boss, could be with you and I building a connection, friends. So for some reason, I felt miserable at it. I didn't know that it was not supposed to be that hard. And I kept wondering, my previous relationship was like, why is this not working? My ex, I remember being connected to him, and in one of his last statements to me, this one broke me. It says, "You are so difficult to love." I cried.
Wow, that is devastating.
If you ever want to kill someone, tell someone.
I can't imagine that.
And then really. Just what you just said. Oh, you're beautiful. You're talented. What's the problem? Yeah. And I think what God is teaching us is that despite your intelligence, despite your beauty, whatever it is that you have, if you don't fix a character flaw, an error, or if you don't identify the error, you will continue to make the same mistakes. So when he told me that, I said, how am I difficult to love? I just expect so much. I learned a big lesson. You're not expecting that person to give you a joy that he doesn't even have. He has to get his joy from somewhere else, which is the source, which is inside. You get your joy from somewhere else. Then you two put it together and learn from it and grow. But when you start expecting that person to please you, do society has taught us that men should give us everything, and we women expecting these men to be so empowering us. The way the manufacturer, I call him the manufacturer, the way God created us to be, is that we go to him for the source of strength, for the source of joy. Then we can release it to others. But when I look onto that man and say, you provide for me, you do this, you did this, I have pushed him beyond his boundaries. And when I got that identity that that's what my errors were, I was able to pull through.
Wow.
I was able to now help.
So, of course, you have a belief in God, and that so what you're saying is your divineness of where where he gives that to you and gives you that love and confidence in yourself.
That's right.
And you said love or joy that you can share with others. It's something you give and not expect for someone to give to you.
Yes, and it's something you get from your source of strength, and your inner strength comes from God.
Well, because he's perfect.
He's so perfect for us, and we're pursuing that perfection, not in other man, not in me. Like, I'm your friend now, and we're building a relationship. My expectation should be from God. I should say, God, make Rachel the best friend for me. Make this man the best friend for me. Not Rachel, do this for me.
Yeah.
So it puts you so much effort to do it humanly possible.
Well, because we're imperfect. We're human. We're always going to make mistakes.
That's right. And the mistakes grow us, but we do make those mistakes. Yeah. So I've had experiences where I made the wrong errors. I want to give a quick shout out to the church that I'm in right now, if you don't mind. Royal Place Ministries International. It's located in Houston, the southwest side. We're led by Bishop Blessing Samuel. He's such an amazing leader. He's taken all my errors, all my things that I have been doing that I didn't know were wrong.
Yeah.
And he has turned it into a light, because he has gotten his own strength from the Lord. Yeah. He didn't say, oh, this worker did wrong, let me punish her. He learned to forgive. Yeah. So why I'm mentioning this is because we put so much effort in hurting people, and people hurt people. When I'm hurt, I give out hurt. But if I'm hurt and I could get my healing from the Lord, then I'll be able to transfer healing to others. It's so important.
So it's like you're taking God's love to someone else, because he can love more than we can, right? And he's perfect in how he loves. So we're kind of trying to love as he would want to love.
Yes.
And it's somebody else, even though they're imperfect.
They're so imperfect. They bring in their imperfections together.
Yeah.
And we, especially my message for single women, and that's the area I'm noticing. Let me shock you with one thing.
Okay.
Who has failed miserably at relationships, failed to recognize their strengths, and failed so much? But God's saying, in that failure, I am releasing you to teach others the strength that they need, because you are the better person to teach this, because you talk about failure, you so not let it right. Now you're about to do it right. I'm going to take you on a journey. It's called the grace journey, and that's where I am right now.
Well, it takes humility to do that. I mean, it takes, you're not like self-deprecating, you still have confidence in yourself, but you realize that you've made a mistake possibly, and that you can be better. Yes. And that God can use you to help others, right? Yes. So that takes humility.
Takes so much.
So that's good that you have that.
Thank you, Rachel.
Instead of people like being cynical and like always looking to blame other people for their problems.
I've had someone, not to cut you off, I had someone say, hey, how do you teach a class in relationship when we don't, where are you coming from with that? I said, well, if you have now learned what I've learned, I may even be able to teach a marriage course one day. Mm-hmm. So much wisdom is given to us to learn from our experiences, from our failures. And then when we have chosen to now do good and learn from it, you can be used in that area. It's not only relationships. in your jobs, in your
Yeah,
marriages,
for sure.
that you've learned and you've become stronger in that area. Now you could be impacted to impact others.
Of course.
And that's what's leading me to.
Because, I mean, relationships, like you say, revolve around respect, love, hope, faith in a person, even though they're imperfect,
Yes.
and believing in them still.
That's right.
You know, and loving them despite
their flaws and their
flaws.
weaknesses. We
Yeah.
all have it. Some bad habits. Let me say something. Forgetting someone's birthday. Not caring so much about what that other person's feeling, hurting them. Some people are like me. You're very expressive. You express love. So the same way you express love, you express anger. You express rage. Right. And it's just coming from the same portal of, but you have to learn to pull that back so that person doesn't feel so.
Yeah.
So it's one of those.
To bridle it, or you know,
learn ways to the communication. As much as I am a media presenter, communication and relationship is different. It's so different. I can't, the way I read news or I talk about events, I can't come in a relationship with my father, with my friend, with my sisters, and with you, for instance, and start reading it so mechanical. I have to find what you like, and I have to find my comfort zone. So with these relationships, I think it's all about us getting strengthened in areas of weaknesses and pushing on that, and so that the areas of strength will shine better.
Yeah. I mean, if all of us had that desire to make ourselves better and help others make better and learn from our experience and be humble enough to do that, like you make a lot of progress.
You've really.
And life is great because you have confidence to overcome and see that you have a weakness that you might find.
Yes.
Because you're humble enough to see it and overcome it, you know, and work at it.
You said overcome it. I did a series, a 21-day series that I recommend for everyone, and I'm probably going to do it again in July.
Okay, hopefully. What's it called?
It's called Overcoming Evil Labels.
Overcoming Evil Labels.
So
I like that.
This time we're probably going to call it something else and move it towards relationship, overcoming those barriers that are hindering your relationships. 21 days. And I encouraged people, if they wanted to fast with it, if they wanted to add a fast or something, and you identify things that you had done wrong, those labels that you've been given, prideful, hateful, you know, those labels that you've taken on, and just have 21 days of prayer and guidance and affirmations. It was powerful.
That's great.
I had so many testimonies.
Okay, I want to help do that.
Please, can we do it together?
Yeah.
Okay, so you heard it. We're going to do it. We're going to sit together and see what month we can
21 days of barriers and breakthroughs.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And it's going to be daily. We're going to have probably a course content put together, and you follow through, and you will see yourself. I did it. I fasted. Let me tell you my breakthrough moment.
Okay.
I fasted in 2017 when I realized that God was going to start using.
You fasted all of 2017?
No, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
I love Rachel.
No, you know, with intermittent fasting these days, people
can do. They have been fasting. And some lady I just saw the other day, 180 days on Facebook. I was like, what? How? I don't have that straight.
Well, I guess if they're trying to lose weight, I mean, that's been helping.
And dieting. But this one is a spiritual fast.
Okay.
It's 21 days.
Okay.
I did 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
Dry. And some days I did liquids and honey.
Okay.
Only.
Wow.
And I recommended my listeners whatever they could do, whatever that flesh that has stopped you maybe from losing weight or whatever, call it what it is, write it down, and follow me in this journey. Boy, was I shocked. By day 7, people started sending testimonies. Some lady had a migraine in the back. It was healed.
Wow.
We prayed together. This gentleman called in. His sister was in Spain, in jail in Spain, and we released a corporate prayer over it, and she got out of jail.
Wow, I love it.
My hands are shaking talking about it because I remember it was such an encounter. Yeah. And that's what these things do for us. And we've got messages to back it up that it happens. If you've heard them say 21 days to a better life, you've seen all these affirmations go. So things that you do regularly, you commit to, God helps you, and you could let go of a bad habit that way, lose weight that way, get connected to God more that way.
I love it.
We'll plan it.
I know when I was young, my brother told me if you do something for 21 days, it'll become a habit. Like it was brushing my teeth, right? Yes. So I learned to brush my teeth just simply with 21 days. But you know, when you're fasting, you're putting off what I call the natural man or the natural woman, where you do what just your body or your wants to do.
That's right.
And when you put that off, you're determined. You're more determined because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
And then you're more open to change, to trying something new. The Spirit teaching you. So
Yes.
That's really exciting.
It's the Holy Spirit.
Are you answering?
I wanted to share and answer people. So for a minute, let's go
and
see if you have any questions, and we could get a little interactive as we continue, right? Rachel?
Yeah, no, I would love to have questions.
I'm trying to open it up.
Yeah.
I can't. I think mine.
Okay.
Let's see if you could open yours.
Okay.
So I was talking.
Okay, let's go to the next picture right quick too, because we have. You have on TV. This is NDTV.
Yes, NDTV.
You have the picture of the gentleman and the other lady.
Yeah, I think I'm holding a mic in that one. There are two people with me. I'm not sure if we have it up. Okay.
Okay, here we are.
Okay, so we could share it. Let me find it so we could share.
Okay.
Okay, so we might open it on our phones and share.
I'm on my personal.
Okay. Let me write post. Live.
Okay.
Rachel.
Got it.
You know, everything is so social media right now. Okay. Okay, we did it.
Okay. So the picture I have was this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have after the singles conference?
Okay. So that's a good one.
Yeah. Do we have this one up at all? Okay. It's up? Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so explain the one
that was at Stacy's program. Do we have it up? Okay.
It should be going up. NDTV. Mm-hmm. Stands, is that NDTV?
That's NCTV, New Dimension TV.
New Dimension TV. So you can find that on TV right now.
Yeah. It's on online portal. It's I anchor for them whenever they need me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you about our church as well.
Okay, I do want to ask you about. There we go.
Okay.
So the gal in the middle.
It's Stacy Ebo.
Stacy Ebo.
She is a worship leader, an international worship leader. The attraction and the connection for her and I is, and I've seen that with women that I'm connecting with, and you talked about that with me. It's missions.
Oh, missions.
Helping the less fortunate. She goes to missions in Rwanda, Belize, Africa, especially Nigeria, like I do. And she's not just a worship leader. She gives out. She's a nurse. She's in healthcare like you.
We need to hook up. I love doing I love to do something medically related. So
that's what that event. She had called me to anchor and do a press release and also host the red carpet.
Okay.
And ask, so I interviewed different people in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was what that was about.
Okay. And then the gentleman there is the one that owns the NDT.
Yes, that's he's the pastor.
Oh, he's the pastor.
He's the pastor that owns the media company. That runs that portal.
So tell me a little bit more about the missions. Like, so here we have this post up. So you're planning on going to Africa. And when?
Later this year, I've gotten invitations for Kenya, for Ghana, and Nigeria. Late this fall. Dates are still getting worked on.
How do you get invitations? Like they're saying, can you come do what?
They inbox me. Can you come and speak to our women? And can you also help us with medications, drugs? Can you link up with a healthcare group and see if we could do medical missions and empowerment?
I'd love to do
that. So if we plan it really good, this year, later this year, or early next year, we could do a good one. It takes about 6 months to 7-8 months to plan it really good.
Okay. So for a week's period of time, how long? A month?
A month?
I couldn't do a month.
You can do a month with all the family. No. So maybe a week you could?
A week. Yeah, for sure.
So it would be like a missions retreat, and we'll see what the host country is.
Yeah.
This particular one that just came, my church, I told you about, our leader, Bishop Blessing Samuel, supported me.
Okay.
And that opened my eyes that God's leading me to this, and I will get support if I just release it out there. So it's a journey that you will find fulfillment because you're helping those who couldn't help themselves, and you're finding an area that they need, whether it's sponsoring a well, a place that didn't have water. Or mosquitoes.
Yeah, mosquitoes. Kill those mosquitoes.
Giving them mosquito nets. Supporting them with those. Or you are helping widows empower themselves with trade, like maybe sell earrings or things.
like Esther's organization. Before Esther, I had a lady in Nigeria, Funmi. She does micro lending.
Ooh,
So yes, we need to. She helps. They group them in 5 women at a time. You can go back and watch our interview.
Okay.
I interviewed her over in Nigeria.
Really?
So yeah,
I love
her
that
at the
particular
UN.
one. I love the empowerment ones because it's not just helping someone catch a fish, or it's giving someone a fish. You're teaching them to catch themselves.
Yeah.
So that's a powerful part.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So we're putting up this. So do you have your own? You pastor sometimes at a church?
Yes,
or you
I
have
want to
your own
talk.
church?
I want to talk about our church. Did I send you anything about that? Any?
We don't have a picture necessarily.
Let me talk about it, and then the website will
make sure and talk about it.
Okay. So our church is a local church. In
this
Houston.
Is different than Bishop.
This is Bishop's church that I serve there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a church that is fast growing. It's really on the map right now, and God's using this prophet in a very profound way. He's healing people. God's using him to speak over people's lives, and they see immediate results. And there I serve in the media, of course, media again, as a creative media director with the department. And we're doing so many major things coming up. And he is going to open up a branch in New York next month. So God's leading him to New York, and that's just. And what I love about this church is, and his ministry is that he's empowering lives. And what it's teaching me is that I could serve another man's vision. I could selflessly give my time, my energy to help somebody else because it's for the greater good. Of course. And that's what we do there. We help promote the church, and I would love anyone to check it out. It's royalplaceministries.org.
I'll have to hook him up with some people at the UN,
yes, because help him
with pro-family organizations.
Yes, please do. Send this,
especially the African delegates.
He would love it because that New York, I've said it in one of the programs that I'm doing now for the church, that New York would open up a whole plethora of things, just the United Nations, and for you to just say that with people that matters, the court of power, so that you could make a better, positive impact.
Right. Connecting people.
Yeah, I can't wait to connect you with him.
So, what is the Tina Amadi?
The Tamadi website.
Yes.
It is my 4 purpose.
Okay.
God has called me in 4 areas, and I have noticed that in different ways. 1, missions. Okay. That's my heart. Yeah. Helping children, women. 2, media. Media, when I mean media, specifically talking to press and promoting and finding a cause and speaking life to it.
Great. I love it.
So that's the media part of it. And then 3 is the heart of God. It's ministry. It's the one I'm so passionate about. I told you about ladies with swords. It's young women who are broken. They've gone through relationship trauma. They've really been broken. Some of them, I just ministered to a lady recently. She runs my apartment.
Explain broken a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, for some of these ladies. So they don't have the confidence to date anymore. They don't want to talk to any more guys. They never feel they're good enough. What is broken?
Let me give you an example. I walked into this place. I'm going to pay, make a payment, and the lady just starts crying. And I reached out and said, "What's going on?" Just a tiny voice that speak to her. And she told me that she's been dating her boyfriend, not husband. Of course she wants it to be a husband. And for 10 years. And he constantly puts her down. She feels like killing herself that day. And I held her and I said, "You're worth it. No one's going to make you feel less than." She said she wanted to drink some kind of poison because he told her that she didn't matter, that she wasn't worth it, that she needs to fix her character and her attitude, and that she's a failure. So
why is she still with that person?
That's the biggest question I would ask. But do you understand
10 years,
that me and you are strong enough to say that? I couldn't, for the last hour with her, get her to see you are light. God created you so beautifully. None of God's children are bad.
Has a right to tell you that.
No one should put. And she was just staring at me like, "I don't believe." But that's the brokenness I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
It's so much guilt. What maybe women that have gone through failures. That some people have guilt that they did an abortion and they killed their children and they can't
overcome like, how terrible they are. It's self-loathing.
God loves you regardless. The heart of God is to bring you close and hug you, no matter what. There's a victim of rape that I'm counseling right now. I experienced rape as a 15-year-old. I was raped in my mother's house. And in our culture, we don't talk about it. I'm just probably publicly the first time releasing it on Rachel's show on the Barriers. What better place to say that?
That's a huge barrier.
Barrier and breakthrough. Someone like me at 15 walked into our home in Nigeria, demanded that I opened the door, and raped me in front of my little brother and my mom. Some family members may find out listening to this because I never shared it. But I don't know how God gave me the strength to never wallow in it. But there are women that I'm counseling now, they've not gotten past the trauma because they thought someone took something from them, lost their virginity to that. No, you can still heal.
Yes.
So these ladies with sword movement that I'm releasing this summer, and I'm hopefully Rachel will be part of it. It's going to empower you to overcome traumatic experiences, deep ones. One has had divorce 3 times and she thinks she's no good. No, you could overcome. There's a powerful woman of God that I'm following now. She's right now at her 3rd marriage, and God's using her powerfully to heal others. And
I love how you find those people.
It's so amazing that you can come through hurt and be healed.
Yeah.
So that's the 3rd one.
Okay, the 3rd. You have one more.
4th is my favorite, guys, and I'm going to start. It's marketplace.
Okay.
Selling things and promoting, teaching, but more of not ministry, but out in the world. God wants us to mingle. I don't want to be a minister that doesn't reach out to what others is doing.
The other thing.
I want to be able to experience what people do out there, and also shine light in there. So the marketplace is that I could come and present at events that are not traditionally religion. And talk to other women or other people, business, even corporate training.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think?
Still connect, right?
Yeah.
I was really touched that you came to me. Like, I really appreciate that because at the conference at the lunch we were talking to, you were single, and then they announced that I'm a mother of 8 children. You know what I mean? That's a big difference. But you came up and you were so like, I don't know, like why were you even drawn to me? Like,
I was drawn to you because there was the light. I wouldn't let us finish what I was saying. There's a light about you. There's a compassion about you that radiates so much. So when you told me you were in the field of healthcare, I said, Father, that's why you give her. So it kept drawing me to you. If you notice towards the end, I think I talked to you till we finished. There's a light that you radiate, and as a mother of 8, you've learned to use every gift in you to help others. And God has given you such a great platform. And I said, Father, I want to be part of what is she doing? And it's so amazing that I come to your show and we're talking about that because you have it. It's so, I don't know if you've heard it before. It radiates like a joyful place. And like you comfort people.
I didn't mean to make you say all that about me. I just was wondering why you...
That was what I saw.
Yeah.
And I saw it. And Esther, credits to Esther, she told me, she said, hey, she's my connect. So connect. Remember Esther put our hands together and walked away. So we got to thank her.
I know, we all. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you, Esther.
I hope you're listening.
We love you.
We love you.
So that's amazing that you radiate such light, and I'm drawn to the light. I'm drawn to people who carry that, and I know we'll do great things together.
I know.
She's coming to Africa with me.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to plan it for sure. I really am. Okay, so we have that still up.
Is it still up? Let's talk about
I want you to
email me, call me.
Email Tina, call her. You have the gmail.com. PayPal. That's to help make a sponsor donation.
Some people are led to donate because they can't go, like me and you are going, and they would just say, hey, I want to partner with you, put my name anonymously or public that I supported. My church supported me. Bishop Wesley Samuel gave me a huge donation to go, and it covered my flight, everything. And if you're looking for a church home, please connect with me and I'll send you our information.
Okay.
A place to worship.
That's fantastic. Well, we love, so Tamati TV, they can also...
on that website. Yeah, we're upgrading and putting so much resources on there that we're going to link up with health, medical missions, and also spiritual missions.
Okay. So if you're a single lady and you want to go to Africa, this would be the girl I want to sit next to the entire flight to Africa.
We have so much to talk about.
I love hearing your stories and everything. So
and
it's so much fun.
And if you love prayer retreats and finding yourself, your passion. Some people don't know what they would like to do in life. these retreats that we're planning will help them navigate that.
Awesome. Well, I encourage all of you to connect with Tina. She's amazing, and I'm so glad that we've been here on the show. We'll keep promoting you.
How many minutes we have?
And
I want to do something.
Okay, do something.
Okay.
We have some minutes.
So I want to hold Rachel's hands, and it's called an affirmation, a positive affirmation. And when you are in doubt of who you are, when you are restless, and when pain has just taken over you, and you need an uplift, you need to rise above that. If you don't have a sister like I have holding her hands, and there's something I said to you. I said that we didn't have that out, and I said I love what Mayor Sylvester of Houston Mayor is doing. Mm-hmm. I think I sent the picture late that he was encouraging diversity in the city. And I went and I anchored it. My good friend Linda Anukum sent me the one they did a year prior to go to that. It's called Africa Day. And what we do is we look beyond color, we look beyond race, we look beyond everything, and we see one thing. That's God in everyone. You see the good in everyone. You look beyond the differences Rachel and I may bring, and you connect. And then you do great things. God loves that. Exactly. God doesn't see color.
We're all His children.
God doesn't see race. He doesn't see differences. Yeah. He sees that you're different. He created it intentionally this way.
Right.
So he knows you. He knows me, but He wants us to work together.
Our strengths become stronger together.
That's right. Yeah. So that's really what I love about where we live and
Houston's like the most diverse
city. I think they've just won another award as the most diverse city.
Yeah.
So many times I wanted to move out. I keep finding myself here.
Stay here. I need you around.
I'm staying. So we're going to do an affirmation exercise that I do. And then if you ever connect with me, and Rachel is going to do that 21 days, and we're going to do more of that with me. I don't know if it's July or August. We'll ask the Lord for the right month.
Yeah.
So it's you will hold your hands.
Like this or like this?
Like this. It represents unity and strength. And if we're doing a face-to-face session, we'll just begin to thank God for who He is.
Sure.
So just thank the Lord where you are for creating such a beauty in you, that you are God's masterpiece. Just begin to tell yourself, I am God's masterpiece. He has given me so much life to give in this world. I did not come here as a failure. I will not fail. I will show love because love is God. I get broken when I do this because God is love and He wants all of us to love each other. But you may go through some casualties. You may lose a loved one. You may get through a divorce. You may have a rejection. Don't worry, it's a redirection. So just affirm yourself and say, I am worth everything. I can do everything God has placed in me to do. I will not fail. I refuse to fail. I will shine light. I will forgive. I will show mercy to people. And I will be blessed doing that. And that's, if you can look yourself in the mirror and do that daily for me, you'll begin to have that resolve that God has placed something great in you. How did you feel when I did that?
Yeah, I mean, that gives me a lot of, it's faith, really. Mm-hmm. You have that belief. It's not a fake thing. Mm-hmm. I can sense that about you. And I can tell that will get you through.
And it's not religion. It's just your inner faith coming up.
Yeah. And it's a diligent desire to do better and see the good in yourself.
Yeah. And when you see the good in yourself, you could help others.
You can overcome.
Yeah. Oh, I love that you use overcome. So that program is going to be overcoming.
Yeah.
Overcoming barriers and breakthroughs.
Barriers and breakthroughs.
We've said it here. You've heard it. I just love her energy.
And me too. Thank you. Like, we've only met twice.
Twice.
Love each
other.
Like
connected. Oh, my little brother shared your picture. I posted it. My little brother lives in Nigeria. He posts your picture and said, you girls look great. 21 years. I'm like, she's a mother, man.
I love it.
He just posted it on social media, Facebook. His name is Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.
Bobby, you heard she's shouting you
out. Hopefully I'll see you one day.
She is coming to Africa. So shout out to Esther and everyone else who made us meet, and it's so great. So.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up, and thank you so much for joining us. You can also go to YouTube and look at our channel there and see our previous guests. And of course, I want you to re-listen to this and re-hear what she said, because there's so many great things. I want to listen to it again, and it will inspire you. Hopefully it will help you overcome a barrier in your life, have that breakthrough that you need. So thanks so much again for joining us. Next week we will have a wonderful guest, Miss Shawn Williams, and she's an amazing person. I want to connect with you as well.
The one you talked about.
Yeah, yes, And so join us next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. And also, please join us. Go to Africa.
We're going to Africa. Go to my page, www.tamadi.tv. I think it's on there.
.tv.
Yeah, if you want to ever connect, my number is there.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to Rachel and I doing a good mission.
We'll
keep you posted about everything we talked about.
Okay.
And God loves you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been so amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll be back when she wants me back.
Yep,
we'll do some prayers.
Yep.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.